147 and 154. You never fought at 168. You think you have enough power to hurt the great Canelo?
Of course. I don't have to have enough power to hurt him. I just got to beat him.
So Canelo, Terence is naturally the smaller fighter, quicker, more agile, but he does have a 4-inch reach advantage over you. How do you plan on dealing with this?
Don't get me wrong, okay? He's a good fighter, a great fighter. I always say before I see him calling me out and won the fight and everything, I say before he's a great fighter. But if you look at his career, mention one elite fighter. Just mention me one elite fighter.
So Postal wasn't elite?
Who?
Victor Postal.
Who's that guy?
Oh, so he wasn't commercialized. He wasn't a great. Ricky Burns wasn't elite.
What? 40 years old champion in that moment beat Mr. Postal in my gym. I saw that.
So Ricky Burns wasn't elite.
Ricky Burns doesn't elite.
Okay.
He's not elite.
It's cool. Well,
is there a champion?
I'm going to fight another elite.
There is a champions,
September.
good fighters, but elite fighters is different. Wait.
So I'm going to fight an elite fighter in September.
Yeah, okay.
Then we're
going to find out.
Then we're going to find out.
And don't get me wrong, you're a great fighter.
I know I'm great.
You're a great fighter, but are you going to find out? I hope your uncle Turki Alashi pay you enough money because it's going to be the last. That's for sure.
It may be. Maybe.
I hope he pay you enough.
But after fighters fight me, they never the same. So I just hope your career continue.
If you look at my career, never same after me.
Well, how long have you guys, obviously thinking about this fight and then fighting another great fighter like Canelo and like Bud?
No, I never thinking about the fight Crawford. I never in my life, because he's a low weight than me. So, but I never thinking about it. But that's the fun part of boxing. You never know what is gonna happen, right? And now we are here. And I'm glad to share the ring with one of the best fighters out there, and I'm just can't wait.
So even though you see a small fighter, when you look in his eyes, do you see a fighter that could possibly beat you?
No, never.
So,
never.
So he will never beat you.
Obviously he's a special fighter. He's a good fighter, but that's why they are good weight classes, right? And we're gonna find out September.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford went head-to-head at their second press conference, and that's when things spiraled out of control. The tension between the two fighters exploded as they shoved each other during the official face-off. The push was so sudden and so forceful that Dana White had to step in immediately to keep it from turning into a real fight before the actual bout. Not only was the face-off unforgettable, but the press conference itself turned into pure drama. Crawford showed his true colors this time and once again declared that this will not be just an ordinary fight for him, but rather a hunting contest in his eyes.
Just keep it real. I'm hunting him. That's it. I'm hunting everything that he got. And I'm going to take it come September 13th.
Where would you rank yourself among the list of greatest of all time?
Win, I win. I'm going to be at the top. Facts. Win, I win.
During the heated press conference, Terence Crawford didn't just exchange words with Canelo. He turned toward the crowd and confronted the doubters directly as fans booed from the stands. Crawford never flinched. Instead, he embraced the moment and made a bold prediction about how those same fans would feel once the fight was over.
I want all the people in the stands that booed me, they're going to cry when they go home. They're tired.
Go ahead.
Wow.
I just found out what the sign language means for cry. Dana, I'm from the UFC world. You're bringing me over to the boxing world. I appreciate everything you've done for combat sports. What does it mean? How does it feel to you to be one of the masterminds in what could be the most viewed fight in combat sports history?
I've always had this theory that if...
Terence believed that everything he endured, including the years of being denied big-name opponents, was all part of a bigger plan. To him, the timing of this fight with Canelo wasn't just chance, it was meant to be. While Crawford had plenty to say at the press conference, Canelo only made his move once, during the face-off. Before that, his calmness felt dangerous, like a storm waiting to strike. It was clear he was done with words. He looked ready to fight right there on the stage.
Y'all don't see the clear difference. I'm not saying that Terence Bud Crawford is afraid of Canelo or that Mike Tyson was afraid of Holyfield, but there was some reaction. Maybe with Bud Crawford, this is really the biggest moment of his career and he kind of felt it at that moment, but I think it was a genuine reaction. He just did not look like the Terence Bud.
The moment the fighters shoved each other and the atmosphere grew hostile, both camps stormed in, sparking even more pushing and shouting. What began as a simple stare-down escalated into a full-blown scuffle, with Crawford's trainer, Bomac, clashing with Team Canelo, whether to protect his fighter or fuel the chaos. It was clear the bad blood wasn't just between Canelo and Crawford, it had spread to everyone around them.
Bonus that night is going to be over 6 figures. We're still talking about it. So, yeah, it's going to be a big number. Whoever wins the performance bonus of the night that night.
It was Dana White who stepped in at the perfect moment to cool things down. Once again, he showed just how crucial his role is in keeping the event professional. But Dana didn't stop at breaking up the chaos, he poured even more fuel on the fire by announcing a massive bonus.
So, we got two legends fighting each other, and I'm definitely, daring to be great. And I'm going to be great September 13th. I'm not taking no credit away from Canelo's skills. A lot of people, they only talk about his power, but he's very skillful in there, and, he's respected.
This fight was once dismissed as a mismatch. When it was first announced, critics and fans alike claimed Crawford was too small for Canelo, insisting he had no business moving up to 168 pounds. After all, Canelo is the super middleweight king, the man holding all the belts. But Terence Crawford spoke with pride and conviction, reminding everyone of his own status in the sport. And while the spotlight has often shined brighter on Canelo, Crawford made it clear that he sees himself standing on the very same level.
Put me up there, Mount Rushmore. I'm looking forward to it, becoming the first 3-time male undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes.
Crawford, who began his career at lightweight, is now leaping up 2 weight classes. At first, many thought it was just hype or maybe a cash grab, but after the face-off and press tour, the narrative has shifted. This fight has become the one everyone is talking about. By aiming to be the first male boxer to become undisputed champion in 3 different weight divisions, Crawford made it clear he's chasing something bigger than titles. "It's going to put me up there, he said.
Bud, he convinces me that he's going to win the fight because he's such a believer in his own ability and he's very convinced. And then you see the presser yesterday and I thought Canelo looked really well. Do you know what I mean? And obviously he's a big lump, so I was always Canelo, then I sort of leant towards Bud, but now I'm back with Canelo. So.
Eddie Hearn explained that Crawford's unshakable self-belief had a genuine effect on him, strong enough to make him briefly lean toward picking Crawford to win. He admitted that Crawford's confidence felt so real and powerful, it was almost impossible not to believe. But after watching the face-off and the press conference, Hearn confessed he had changed his mind once more. Now, he finds himself leaning back toward Canelo.
But I like Edgar. I think he's a really exciting fighter. I don't have any beef with him, and I wish him the best, but he should have the respect to say, for me, Eddie Hearn really done a great job for me.
How is Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
one weight class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35, 35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many.
Alvarez.
But you have to use your movement. if you're Terence Crawford in that fight. The last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot.
Of course. Crawford and Eddie's rivalry soon spilled over to social media after that clash, where the two traded sharp words. Crawford accused Hearn of disrespect and of using his name to boost events, while Hearn fired back with pointed remarks questioning Crawford's focus. Still, Eddie made it clear he respects Crawford's talent and even admitted he finds him exciting to watch. However, he also felt Crawford failed to give him enough credit for the role he played in helping promote his fights.
But Madrigal, who gave you a tougher fight than Madrigal? Stop that. And now you're... Who? Someone gave you a tougher fight than Madrigal?
That was a tough fight, man.
Well, you've been beating the hell out of most guys you've ever fought. He gave you a good fight. Why do it this way?
Why not? I always say, you know, all the greats do things that people think that's impossible. You know, so within myself, I have the confidence, the skills. I got all the tools to beat Canelo. So why not?
Crawford's win earlier this year over Israel Madrimov grabbed attention everywhere. He dominated the fight and walked away with another title, making him a champion in 4 different weight divisions. Unbeaten, confident, and only getting stronger, Terence Crawford explained that legendary fighters are remembered for doing the things others believe can't be done. For Crawford, defeating Canelo Alvarez isn't just a goal, it's something he truly believes he can achieve.
I don't know. Let's see when I retire where I'm gonna be in the list, but for sure I will be Terence Crawford, no matter what. I don't look like I'm gonna be the greatest Mexican ever. I don't say that. I think my numbers is gonna talk when I retire. You know, it's gonna be one of the greatest fighters ever, for sure. And that night is very special. All around this fight is special, and I think they don't wanna miss this fight.
Canelo, on the other hand, hasn't suffered a loss since his fight with Dmitry Bivol in 2022. But his most recent bout against William Skull failed to impress, fans were bored, and it ended up being the fight with the fewest punches thrown in any 12-round contest. Critics began saying Canelo was slowing down. Yet, he didn't call himself the greatest Mexican boxer of all time, nor did he compare himself to legends of the past. Instead, he said his accomplishments would speak for themselves once his career is done. But when it came to facing Crawford, he left no room for doubt. He stated firmly that he would win.
Is that true?
You need to put a small ring in the...
Canelo Alvarez made a sharp remark directed at Terence Crawford while speaking to Turki Alalshik, the chairman organizing the event. Canelo wasn't joking, he was taking a clear swipe at Crawford's elusive style, hinting that his opponent would look to avoid exchanges rather than stand toe-to-toe and fight in this matchup.
What did you want to see this in the first listen, we tired of playing. Did you see it kicked off when I showed up? Because Crawford ain't nothing to play with. He ain't scared of nobody, and you ain't too big for Crawford. So kill that narrative. It's over with. Blood has been drawn, and you're going to see. Crawford is the best fighter in the world.
Canelo Alvarez admitted he wasn't certain what kind of approach Crawford would bring, but said he's preparing for every style. Canelo also expressed hope that Crawford would come to fight and give the fans an exciting battle instead of simply avoiding danger. I don't know what fight he's going to make, Canelo said, but I'm going to prepare myself for every style he brings. I hope he brings a good style to make a great fight for the people. That's what I want. If not, I'll do my best to win in every way. Meanwhile, Bill Haney, father and trainer of Devin Haney, passionately backed Terence Crawford during the heated build-up to the Canelo fight. He explained that when he arrived, the energy shifted and the tension rose, showing just how serious things had become. Haney dismissed all talk that Crawford is too small for Canelo or that he's afraid of the challenge.
I bet 100,000. That's what you betting? That's what you betting on it, Bill? No. Yeah, so go get y'all the 99. And then go $1,000, baby, what's up? Fight in, Bill. Watch. Listen. Canelo will be beat up like a bloody pulp when it's through. Talk that shit, Bill! Bill
Haney didn't just show his support for Terence Crawford with words, he backed it up with his wallet. To prove how strongly he believed in Crawford, he put down a $100,000 bet on him to defeat Canelo Alvarez.
I'm going to be at that damn fight, and Crawford is going to go to his corner, and he's going to look at me, and I'm going to be like,
I know how Bud Crawford beats Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez isn't effective, and he gets tired when he boxes going backwards. So I was saying, how is he going to do that as a small man? I know.
Showbiz the adult explained why he now believes Terence Crawford has what it takes to beat Canelo Alvarez. He pointed out that Canelo tends to lose energy when he's forced to fight off the back foot, meaning when he isn't pressing forward and instead has to chase or react. According to him,
how did Floyd stop Canelo in his tracks? One punch.
Terence Bud Crawford can be strong enough and he's smart enough with good enough footwork to jab him right at the belt line. What Floyd did was he paired it with a straight up top. The stab